It has happened again. This is Chokitable Media. Welcome back to the show. Chinese PhD student jailed for life after being exposed as a serial rapist who filmed attacked as trophy. That is what I want us to discuss this time around. This is a crime news. So listen, sit down and listen attentively to what I have to say to you and what we need to discuss afterward. Zhenhou Zou is the name of the guy who was studying at the UCL. He faces years in prison for drugging and raping women. That is a big crime, which everybody needs to be aware of. Young, old, male, female, and all the rest. A London PhD student exposed as serial rapist. He's been exposed. He used to drug his victim and fill them even after, drugging them. A London PhD student exposed a serial rapist who drugged his victim and filmed the attack as trophy. He's been jailed now for life. Zhenhou Zou is just 28 years old. He preyed on women on dating app. Zhenhou Zou is the name. Zhenhou Zou, 28, preyed on women on dating app and on social media chat group, luring them to his luxury home with offer of extra studies session, forcing and lacing their drinks with drugs. He will call them to his house. He will invite them like a clean good guy, offering to help them with their studies. At the end of the day, he will lace their drink with a substance so that he will be free to attack them and record them. When two of his victims came forward to speak about their ordeals to the Metropolitan Police officers that arrested Zhenhou Zou, a Chinese national studying in the UK, and uncovered a collection of videos showing him having sex with a woman who were either unconscious and semi-conscious and pleading for him to stop. So he forced them, so he raped them. So it's a crime. It's a big crime. The guy is a total pervert. So it's a total pervert. So I think he has to be dealt with. He's been dealt with anyway. He got what he bargained for. Zhao, who was studying for a PhD at University College London, UCL, at the time of his arrest, had also amassing a grim collection of physical trophies taken from his victims, including clothing, jewelries, and lipsticks. So he's so perverted that he has to collect an item from these guys and place them and keep them somewhere in the wardrobe for him to see. And he started counting them one by one. This is what he collected from this one. That is what he collected from that one, using them as a memorabilia, so which is just not acceptable. On Thursday, Judge Rosina Cottage, KC, passed 2 life sentences on Zhao for each rape and ordered that he served at least 24 years behind bar before being given a chance of freedom. She said he used women as sex toys that he controlled for his gratification, enjoying watching rape, porn, video online, and gaslighted victim who tried to challenge him. It is clear you are a highly manipulative and intelligent young man who gave no thought to the wishes or feelings of the women. They were pieces in an elaborate game for you, the judge said. You appear to the world to be well to do, ambitious, and charming, but in fact, that charming masked hid the fact that you are also a sexual predator. Over a period of 4 years, you met women socially and organized to meet them in person. You would groom them with cheerful conversation on social media and perhaps 1 or 2 meetings that will involve sex. Then you plan to stupefy them with a drug and alcohol. Once unable to physically resist, you will rape them. Not only did you rape them, but filmed yourself doing so. This heightened the sexual pleasure and gave you a trophy to remember each woman under your control. Sometimes they try to resist, and you will tell them resistance was futile. She added, you sought power over them and willed it without any thought of their wishes and feelings. This woman you treated callously as sex toys for your pleasure. The judge still speaking over there. Three of Zhao victims told in a London Crown Court that they have been left haunted by the attacks and living in dread that the video he made will become public soon. It is etched in my soul forever. His face, his expression, they will never leave me alone. One of them said, I will never forgive him. She described her terror in immediate aftermath of the rape, waking up naked next to Zhao with little memory of how she got there. That night, it was as if the world had vanished from her life. She said, my memories of that night were fragmented. I only recalled wandering like a trapped animal, desperately searching for an exit. The second woman also said, in her own account, she said, to this day, he insists it was consensual sex, which is crazy to me. She said, I know that it is a possibility that one day he may be released from prison. If this is to happen, I will not feel safe. The lady continued, I could not escape from the haunting thought, and when I closed my eyes, I could not stop recalling what had happened. She posted online about the attack, believing that Zhao was a repeat offender, which ultimately led to him being brought to justice. A third statement was read from one of Zhao's victims, the third person who identified herself to the police after seeing news report of the criminal trial. She said she had tried to bury memory of the crime, and news report revealed to her for the first time that he had filmed the attack. She described her diagnosis of a bipolar disorder, struggles with insomnia and anxiety, and bout of self-harm. She also continued saying this endless, selfless loathing as she struggled to open up to the therapist, fearing that she was being judged for going out drinking alone with a man. Mark Coulter Casey Zhao barrister considered that there is no mitigation he could rely on about the offenses themselves, but suggested Zhao maybe one day be able to be safely released. Zhao, who was convicted by a jury of 11 counts of rape against 10 women, as well as multiple counts of drugging victims and voyeurism, was assessed ahead of the sentencing hearing as posing an imminent and ongoing risk to women. A probation officer found he has little insight into his offense, a preoccupation with sex, as well as no understandings of the principle of consent. He made reference to never having sex again, said the report author. He accepts any form of punishment, including chemical castration, but it seems that came from a belief he will get a lighter sentence. He is concerned with the effect of him rather than the harm caused to his victim. Zhao went on trial when just two of the 10 victims in the charge had been identified by the Metropolitan Police. He was convicted of raping 8 more women, then unknown, thanks to the video he himself had filmed. A criminal filming himself. Police say they have 50 more videos apparently showing Zhao raping and sexually abusing unconscious women, and detectives have appealed for help in finding possible victims. Scotland Yard says 24 women had now come forward in wake of publicity around the trial and conviction. 6 have given formal interviews so far, and Zhao may face further charges in the future. The court had he could be one of the most dangerous, prolific sex offender we have seen in British history, said Commander Kelvin Southworth, who is overseeing the police investigation. The deceitful calculation, predatory nature of what Zhao has done is fairly unprecedented. Zhao, who comes from a wealthy Chinese family in the Guangdong province, moved to the UK in 2017 to study Queen's University to study at Queen's University in Belfast. He signed up for a Master Mechanical Engineering at UCL in 2019, and by the time of his arrest, he had entered PhD study. That is all about Zhao himself and the crime he committed. And I want you to listen to this report again and draw out a conclusion, warn your female children and warn your male children as well not to follow bad gang, bad example, and to ensure evil. So avoid evil, completely and know that every crime will always leave a trace. Just know that every crime will leave a trace. When no is no, just take no as a no. When lady said no, it's a no. When he said yes, it's a yes. So please be careful. Even when they said yes to you, just still be very, very careful. Be very, very careful. This is an example of a perversion. There's an example of a young man that has a good life ahead of him, now being jailed. Look at the numbers of tapes they have of him, 50, 50. And he filmed himself, for God's sake. This guy filmed himself with his victims. Now look at where it's ended. He's going to be in prison forever, because the more those people come out to testify and witness, identify themselves in the video, the more he will keep getting sentencing. I don't think he will be able to come out at all. So let us be careful about what we do. This is Chokitable Media. Please put your comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And God bless you as you do. See you next time. Bye bye for now.